Homicide 1905. The case of 28-year-old Frank Percy Kingham. Frank Kingham was convicted of the murder of his 16-year-old girl wife, Nellie Gwendoline Kingham, and sentenced to death but reprieved. He cut her throat on the 8th of February 1905 at 31 Sholdham Street in Marylebone. Frank Kingham had been to South Africa where he had served in the yeomanry. When he returned, he went to Aylesbury, where he came from, and stayed at a hotel run by Nellie Kingham's mother. He began a relationship with Nellie Kingham's mother that resulted in her husband leaving her. However, he then began a relationship with Nellie Kingham and got her in the family way, and then married her. However, their child only lived for 2 days. Later they went to live in Oxford, where it was suggested that Nellie Kingham became intimate with a soldier, which led to unpleasantness between Nellie Kingham and Frank Kingham, resulting in him cutting her throat whilst they were visiting Marylebone. After killing her, he attempted to commit suicide. Nellie Kingham's mother denied ever having been intimate with Frank Kingham, and said that Nellie Kingham had left Frank Kingham because she had seen him with another girl. After trying to kill himself, Frank Kingham was taken to St Mary's Hospital in Paddington, where he stayed from the 8th to 21st of February 1905. Whilst there were a number of police officers whose duty it was to take care of him. One of them said that he was on duty on the 9th of February 1905, starting at 2 p.m, and said that at about 2:15 p.m, Frank Kingham said to him quite voluntarily, "I suppose you know the cause of this. There is a man there who said he was a publican, and he kept playing about with my wife. I tried all I could to get her to go home with me, but she would not go. I am glad she is gone. I would sooner see her dead than see her living the life her mother is living. She is the cause of it all." The policeman said that on the 18th of February 1905 at 6:30 a.m, he heard Frank Kingham say, "Did you see what the papers said about the inquest, where she said I was always mad or drunk, and that we were always having rows? We never scarcely had a cross word the whole time we were married, and about me always being out of work, it is a lot of lies. I hope I shall soon have a chance to show her up. I never had a penny out of my wife." Another policeman who was on duty at the hospital said that Frank Kingham said at 3:30 p.m. on the 13th of February 1905, "The reason I killed her is because I did not want to see her go onto the streets. If I had known I was not going to die, I should have served the mother the same, for she was the cause of her going wrong." Later at 9 p.m. on the same day, Frank Kingham said, "My wife was rolling on the bed with the publican whilst I was there on the sofa, and that was more than I could stand. And there is a soldier who has been very thick with her." Nellie Kingham's mother said that Nellie Kingham had been 16 years old on the 8th of August 1904 and had been a healthy girl. She said that she married Frank Kingham on the 2nd of September 1903, adding that he had been a journeyman for Mrs. Lyons confectioners at the time. Nellie Kingham's mother said that they had never lived happily together, and that Nellie Kingham had on several occasions left Frank Kingham and come back home to live with her. However, she said that for the past 4 or 5 weeks they had made up their differences and had been living together. She said that Frank Kingham didn't support Nellie Kingham, and that he would drink a great deal, and that led to quarrels. She said that she had an allowance of 10 shillings a week from her father's estate. She also said that Nellie Kingham had once complained of violence from Frank Kingham, and that she had seen her with a black eye. She said that on the 8th of February 1905, she went to see her sister at 31 Sholdham Street in Marylebone, and said that Frank Kingham and Nellie Kingham were both there, and that they seemed very friendly, and said that Nellie Kingham seemed all right, although she was the worse for liquor. She said that she had supper with them and the others between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m, and that everything was pleasant up to that time. She said that after the supper, she went into the back room, and while she was there she heard a scream, and then heard Nellie Kingham say, "Oh Ma, he's done it." She said that she returned into the front room and saw Nellie Kingham lying on the floor with her sister near her, and said that she was bleeding from the throat. She said that she got a towel and tied it round her neck to try to stop the bleeding, but that she died shortly after. Frank Kingham was tried for murder at the Old Bailey on the 4th of April 1905, and sentenced to death. However, he was reprieved on the 20th of April 1905, and his sentence reduced to one of penal servitude for life.